going on, folks? It is opening day of whitetail archery season in Texas, and it's still hot. Conditions aren't perfect, but I just had to get out. I missed the morning hunt, had a buddy in town, but it was good to hang out with him. But we're out here for an evening hunt. I've got a trail camera on this location. I'm actually hunting public land, so it's tough. It's tough, but I've got a trail cam out here, and I've seen deer here in the evening, so I think it may be a good spot. So got about 3/4 of a mile, maybe almost a mile hike in. Got my bow, got my tripod, get everything. So we're gonna go do it. Bedding out in the open, but I know they're coming from this tree line at night, so that's where I'm headed. I'm just making a point to walk the long way around so that I'm always downwind of it the whole time. Alright, I think I'm gonna sit in that little clump of scrub oaks right there. Alright, I snuck back into these little scrub oaks and put on my leafy hat so I'll blend in a little bit better. But because this grass is so tall, it's about 3 feet tall here behind me, it means I'm hidden really well, but I can't really see much. So I'm gonna go sit. I didn't bring a real tree stand set up, so I'm just gonna go sit on that bottom limb of that tree, just so I'm about 5 feet up. That way I can just see over the top of the grass, but the tree leaves will still give me some cover. I think this is actually gonna work. Not really much of a tree stand. I'm about 6 feet off the ground, and I'm just sitting, leaning against this trunk, sitting on this branch, so it's honestly not too dangerous, or else I'd be wearing a harness. I'm only a couple of feet off the ground, but it's just enough to help me see over this grass, so I'm just gonna sit here, wait till dark. Hopefully something comes out between now and then. Holy smokes. That doe. I knew it was going to be close. That doe walked up to about 15 yards. And when I turned, I hit some leaves and made a little noise, so she kept putting her head down and faking. And when she turned just enough, it still wasn't perfectly broadside, but it was just enough that I could see the long area. I put it right behind the shoulder. So I heard the broadhead open, sounded like a good hit, but we're gonna leave it for a little bit. First time shot something with a bow on opening day. I'm not gonna count my eggs before they hatch, but it looked like a pretty good hit. And that deer was walking right to where my pack is sitting on the ground, right where I would have been. So it would have been a really close shot if I stayed sitting there, but I think I would have got busted for sure. I don't think I would have been able to drop back. I borderline got busted even in the tree, but still got a shot off. So that last minute change of plans, it may have just paid off. All right, the shot was about 15 minutes ago. Hopped down from the tree, put on a normal hat that's a little bit more comfortable. Whew. And I know not to go charging in after that deer. I'm gonna go look for my arrow, just so I can see what the blood looks like on the arrow. And that'll kind of determine how long I wait from there. Oh, Nelly. That looks like long blood if I ever saw it. That's that Titanium X3 blade. Whew, that's as bright red as you get. People ask me why I like white arrow wraps. That's why. I'm gonna leave the arrow here just as a reference mark. Well, when I found the arrow, the blood on the arrow looked pretty good, but there was not a lot of blood on the ground right around it, which is a little bit weird, but it may have just been, the hit may have been slightly high, so the blood didn't go pouring down immediately. But I realized I forgot my flashlight, so I hiked back to the truck, changed into something cooler, grabbed some bug spray because it's hot and there are mosquitoes everywhere. Then I grabbed my flashlight. So, dropped off my tripod too, so I'm just hand holding this. Just because I feel like if I'm lugging a deer back, I do not want to be carrying my tripod as well. So, headed back out to where I was hunting. Still a little bit of light left. Not much, but because it's hot, I want to get on this pretty quick. Blood. There she is. Oh man. That was like a perfect double lung shot too. Oh, but it took a long time to find that deer. She just zigzagged all through all this crap, all this thick stuff. Whew, but that's why when you're finding these tiny little drops of blood, you just keep going, one tiny little drop at a time. Because I knew I hit her good. She's right here. So glad I didn't give up. This is a nice healthy doe, and I'm thankful for this meat. She was just a tough deer who went pretty far, but found the deer, but it's too dark for me to film anything anyway, so now's when the hard part begins. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and gut the deer here so I'm not dragging everything this whole long way. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this hunt. Until next time, stay safe, be free, and never stop seeking adventure.